Welcome back to Noble Credit Jewels. I run a credit restoration service, as you know, called Noble Credit Pull. Today we're going to talk about the reconsideration line. This is a hack, a trick, a tip to get you approved for those credit cards. The way it works is like this. You apply for a credit card and they deny you. Too many people accept the denial. They just roll over and say, this credit thing is just isn't for me. That's not the case. You can actually call the reconsideration line of whatever bank establishment that you applied for and find out what's the reason for your denial. So if you, for example, you apply for a Chase credit card and Chase just straight up denied you, or they sent you that 7 to 10 day response or that 30-day response, whatever it is, and it turns out that they denied you. What you want to make sure that you do is Google the reconsideration line, call them up in your most pleasant voice possible, and find out what the reason was for your card not being instantly approved. Or you can even use a little bit of psychology here and call in and say, I was calling to see if I can get the card I just applied for expedited to me. Even if you didn't see the instant approval, call with some sort of optimism when you reach out. Again, you want to contact the reconsideration line and see what's the reason for you not being instantly approved. Now, whatever card you did apply for, try to make sure that you know what the perks and benefits are so you can be able to speak to it once you do get in contact with the reconsideration line. This is going to increase your chances because they'll hear and see that you have a need for the card and be more than likely to extend you an offer. They have the power to say approve or denied based on what you say, on what you're able to prove, and what's being reflected on your credit report. But don't just accept the denial just like that. In my experience, I was denied for a credit card, and I don't like hearing the word no. I don't believe in the word no. I always find a way to say yes or to get a yes. So what I did was I reached out to the reconsideration line. I called them up. I said, hey, I'd like to know what was the reason for my card not being automatically approved. And believe it or not, they said it was because we couldn't see one of the scores. We couldn't see one of the reports for the particular credit bureau that we, approve credit cards through. So there's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Whatever bank it was, they couldn't see, I believe it was the Experian, because it was frozen. So what I had to do was then call up Experian and then unfreeze the account. And then once I did that, I called them back up. Congratulations, Mr. Morgan. You've been approved for $6,200. And that's when I was excited. I was elated. It actually happened in the bank. And I brought in my pre-qualified letter, not a pre-approval. Or it might have been a pre-approval. I think it was a pre-approval letter. And I believe it was for my Chase Sapphire Preferred. And I was denied. I actually wanted the reserve. It was a little more pricey, but my credit wasn't there yet. I didn't really have too much history to just, jump out the window and apply for the Sapphire Reserve, which is a $10,000 minimum. So you want to make sure your report is within that range before you start playing with that card. That's my recommendation. Now back to the Sapphire Preferred. I made sure I called the reconsideration line, and I made sure that I spoke, with polite character. I made sure I was nice, I was courteous, and I got my answer. And once I got back, you were approved for $6,200, and I didn't let them send the card to me regular mail, snail mail. No, I made sure that they expedited it to me, and that's a trick you can use too. You don't have to wait as long as everybody else do. Just let them know you would like the card expedited to you, and more than likely they'll be willing to do that at no extra cost. Again, they'll be more than willing to expedite the card to you. All you got to do is ask for no extra cost, no extra fee, and that's what you want. You want your card in your hand as soon as possible because you want to hit that spending bonus. I play with cameras a lot. I buy a lot of camera gear, as you can see, the lighting, the tripod, the lenses, and it makes no sense to buy these things outright with cash. So what you want to do is make sure you use these credit cards to your advantage and hit that spending limit For the Sapphire Preferred, I believe it was 3,000 or 4,000 the first 3 months. With camera gear, that's pretty easy to hit. And I got back, I think, $600 once I spent that amount. Huge discount, huge savings. And these are the type of things you could do with your credit. Leverage it in order to get the things you want to help you fund your, hobbies or your business. So again, that's the jewel for the day. Call the reconsideration line. Use it to your advantage. Be nice when you speak. And yeah, this is Noble Credit Jewel. Noble Credit Pull is the site. Noble Credit Pull is the Instagram page. Signing out. Noble.
Look, I've been up since like 3 a.m. I don't hear the hate. What y'all say ain't in. All I know is go. All I know is grind. I'm on your head.